scary story time while I react to another peach of bees, I don't know how to say it, slime. Look how pretty it is. Y'all, look at this. This slime is so pretty. Oh, okay, let's get into the story. We gonna call this girl Mackenzie. Now, Mackenzie, she was working a late shift. She was also 6 months pregnant. Since Mackenzie worked the graveyard shift, she was like getting home like late all the time. Keep in mind, Mackenzie was going to be a single mother, so she was doing this all by herself. Y'all already know though, get your money's worth and what? Let it drain, even though I'm not making slime. Surprising enough, Mackenzie ended up getting off early one night. Mackenzie ended up walking to her bus station like she would always do. This was her regular routine, and she was so tired that when she made it to the bus station, she did not realize that she wasn't alone until like she felt this ominous presence. So there's like this lamp that's near the bus stop, and she sees this man like near the lamp. She walks past him and he says something along the lines of, "I'll see you at home," or "I'll see you later." This initially freaked her out and she was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "You'll know." And then when she went to go respond to him again, she turned around and he was gone. So this freaked her out even more. She was praying that the bus came before he came to do something to her, because she was a woman alone, pregnant, so she's just completely vulnerable in this situation. Y'all, this slime smells like so freaking like good, but like it's like it feels like a way I can't even explain. Just like look at it. But like she makes it home, she locks her doors, and when she was like making her rounds to the kitchen, now since she's been at work all day, she was like, you know what, I need something to drink, I need something to eat. She makes it into the kitchen, y'all, and this is where she sees like a letter on the table, and when she opens it, it literally says, "See you next time, baby." She doesn't know who this letter came from, but she immediately thought of that suspicious man at the bus stop. After this, she kept getting these weird text messages, weird text messages, weird letters, just like weird things in general. She decided to move before her baby was born because she didn't feel safe in that town anymore, especially because she was alone, so she moved near family. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this slime is so good and it lasts so freaking long. I still have my other one that they sent me, obviously. Why would I lose that? I don't know why I just said that. It comes with this sticky fix spray, and honestly, I want to say this can activate other, like, I think glue and stuff like that, but like this slime is so pretty. I think this one is called Dreamy Axolotl. That's what this one is called. The other one I had was like Strawberry Cow, and I don't know, do they just make like a whole bunch of like cloud slimes, or do they make like solids? I don't want to say solids, but like water. But like I'm loving the cloud slime because it literally feels like kinetic sand, but slime, if that makes sense. Scary story time on how my best friend tried to steal my baby while I make slime. Disclaimer, this is not my story. I ain't never been pregnant a day in my life. It's literally been forever since I made slime, and you already know. Get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. Oh my gosh, I put it too close to the edge. This was sent in by a woman named Nevaeh. And like all the disclaimers I do, this is not my story. It was sent in. I cannot tell y'all if it's real or not. Nevaeh is a 23-year-old pregnant woman, and she has this best friend named Ashley. Now, unfortunately, Nevaeh's husband, he gets stationed away from them. He's in the Navy, I believe. So Nevaeh makes the hard decision to move in with her best friend because, you know, it's very hard to be pregnant and do it all on your own. So why not do it with someone who's pregnant like you? So that's exactly what she did. Now, at first, they were taking care of each other at this point. I went to grab the glue and look. Okay. Now, Nevaeh and her best friend met like 3 years ago, and they've been besties and close ever since. And when Nevaeh finally got up the courage to tell her best friend that she was pregnant, her best friend told her, "I'm pregnant too." So they just thought it was the cutest thing. Their babies were going to be born like a week apart, and they were planning everything out. So them moving in together was just like super cute on their part. Unfortunately, Ashley, Nevaeh's best friend, her baby daddy was a one-night stand, but regardless of what it is, Ashley was going to love her baby. Whatever. I can't stop it. My hands are so gluey and sticky. Okay, so basically, yeah. Ashley's baby daddy, he's a one-night stand, but regardless of what it was, Ashley was gonna love her baby regardless if like the daddy was in her life or not. Now, the weeks fast forward, and why can't I talk? The weeks fast forward, and Nevaeh and Ashley should be around like 23, 24 weeks, and Nevaeh comes home from work early. Ashley is not home yet, and so she immediately goes to the bathroom because, you know, she had to go pee. And in the bathroom, she noticed like a woman's like sanitary product for down there, so like a pad or something. And she was immediately alarmed because it's like, oh my gosh, if you're like bleeding that much, like, is everything okay down there? And this is where she started to piece things together. She noticed that her best friend didn't have like the same cravings that she had. Her best friend didn't have to go pee as frequently as she did. She just had no like pregnancy symptoms whatsoever. So when she went to her next doctor appointment, she asked her doctor, is it normal for a pregnant woman to have no symptoms? And her doctor was like, yeah, every pregnant woman like is different. She ended up like scrapping the thought that her best friend was never pregnant out of her mind. The weeks continue, and it's only getting closer to both of their due dates. Nevaeh's husband is supposed to be like coming back home anytime now, and Ashley got pregnant before Nevaeh did, so her due date was coming way before Nevaeh, like a week or two. As Nevaeh started to hit the 30 weeks mark is when she started to feel like she was having complications with the baby. She was feeling like insane cramping, and one day she could not find her keys for the life of her to drive to the hospital. So she calls up Ashley. She's like, hey Ashley, I need your help. I need you to come now. And Ashley's like, okay, I'll be there. Ashley takes several hours to get to the house, and at this point, when Ashley gets to the house, Nevaeh's like, I'm already at the hospital, you took too long, whatever. So Ashley makes it to the hospital, and Ashley asks, oh, are you okay? Like, are you good? And Nevaeh tells her, yeah, I'm okay. Like, I don't know. The baby was just cramping, but the doctor said that this was normal. They make it back home. Everything was good. Nevaeh was missing her doctor's appointments because Ashley started changing things. Like, for example, Ashley was hiding her keys. Ashley popped her tire. Ashley like literally changed the date of her doctor's appointment to a different day because, you know, pregnant women experience something called pregnancy fog. So it's just like, if they don't write it down, then 9 times out of 10 they're not going to remember anything. Now again, Ashley's due date was before Nevaeh's, and Nevaeh started to notice that like Ashley wasn't feeling any Braxton Hicks. She wasn't even feeling like her baby was gonna come. But then again, she brushed all of that out of her mind because the doctor told her every pregnant woman is different. So Ashley and Nevaeh had both been planning this like thing for a couple of weeks. It was actually Ashley's idea. Basically, when they hit the 36-week mark, they were gonna do like a little popcorn movie night for making it this far into their pregnancies. And again, since Ashley is ahead of Nevaeh, she already hit the 36 weeks mark, and they were just like, we're gonna plan it for when you hit it. She hits the 36-week mark, y'all. They're getting the popcorn, they're getting everything, and Ashley basically set the whole house up. They were going to be watching like scary movies and stuff like that. Now the lights go off, they're starting to watch the movie, and this is where Ashley gets up, and Nevaeh has no idea where Ashley was going. She said she had to go to the bathroom, and she just brushed it off. She continues to watch the movie, and this is where she feels something sharp on the back of her back. Ashley basically tells her that she is going to take her baby, if you're catching my drift, from her and run away with the baby because she doesn't believe that Nevaeh deserves a baby. At first, Nevaeh's like, bro, you're joking. Like, this is not serious. You're not gonna do this to me. Like, get out of my face. And Ashley's dead serious. She starts to poke the sharp thing harder. And this is where Nevaeh like bloody screams, and she somehow, some way, she knocks like Ashley down, and she runs into the room, and she puts like stuff in front of the door. She calls the police, and this is where the police come in, and they basically have found out that Ashley was planning to, you know, take the baby from Nevaeh, run away with the baby, so her and Nevaeh's husband could be together. Because guess what? Nevaeh's husband was cheating on her with Ashley the entire time, but Ashley kept unfortunately miscarrying her children. So like her husband never took her seriously, and she told her, like the husband told Ashley that he wasn't gonna mess with her anymore because of Nevaeh's pregnancy. And this made her come up with the whole thing that she was pregnant, and it happened by a one-night stand, and she was literally just planning to steal Nevaeh's husband and steal Nevaeh's husband and baby and leave Nevaeh dead. How to make slime, long awaited tutorial. As you can tell, I've already started the slime making process. Let's get into it because I'm tired of y'all bugging me for this tutorial. So what you're gonna do is get some like Elmer's glue, or you can get glue from the Dollar Tree, but I recommend crazy glue or like Elmer's glue. Those are the two best glue for slime making. And what I mean by crazy, it should say this: crazy art glue. Okay. I stopped using laundry detergent because it made my hands, like, it literally made me feel like I was doing something toxic to my skin. So I use this Elmer's magic liquid. You should find it in like the glue spot, and it's only like $5. So you see how quick it activates. I also use this crazy art activator. I wouldn't really say get this on its own at all, because I feel like it activates, but it's like it activates better when it has like a co-signer, if that makes sense. I haven't done like a slime tutorial in so long, and y'all also have to have slime. Oh, y'all also have to have slime hands. Like, if you don't have slime hands, just don't make slime. And if you don't know what slime hands is basically where like you're able to just knead and knead and knead and knead and knead until the slime like perfects itself. Like, for example, yeah. Period. I will say, like, making slime with laundry detergent is fun, but at the same time, like, it doesn't activate as quick. Let me clean this up because I just feel like it's gonna get overactivated if I keep this here. I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Okay, so my slime has literally just been sitting aside. But yeah, honestly, ever since I stopped using like laundry detergent, my slime has activated way quicker. And at first, I didn't think people were gonna like that because like I be activating it so fast now. I used to take ages to activate my slime. But yeah, y'all, so this is how you make slime. You could obviously add like food dye, anything, but yeah, period. Scary story time while I fix this Hello Kitty store-bought slime. I think it's Appalachian Mountains. Don't clock me. Okay, y'all, so there was this man, and his name is Noah, right? And him and his family lived in like the western of North Carolina, deep in the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing near them scary mountains, I guess. Okay, y'all, this is Hello Kitty charm. I wanted to show y'all. I might start sending y'all these store-bought slimes if y'all want. So growing up near them creepy mountains that everybody is always talking about, they all had this one specific rule. If you hear whistling outside, don't you dare pay attention to it. Don't move, don't look for the noise, just act like you don't exist. Now, obviously, it's that one person that be like, like I don't really care. Ooh, this slime smell good. Ooh, I don't think I have to do much fixing, y'all. And Noah didn't really believe in all that scary crap up until last October. Y'all, this slime don't really need to be fixed, so I'm just gonna add the other stuff in it. Yeah. Now, y'all, one afternoon, Noah decided that he was gonna go hunting. Now, at this time, it was like, maybe 4, maybe 3 o'clock. And he's like, yep, I'm gonna go. I don't want to make a mess, so I put it in here. And it's still making a mess. Now, while he was hunting, he kind of lost track of time, and it got dark pretty quickly. Now, Noah, he knew the woods like the back of his hand. Like, he knew it better than his own house. But when it turned nighttime, basically said he was lost. Y'all thought I forgot? Get your money's worth in what? Let it drain. I just haven't been able to do it that much because I'm not making the slime, but I'm gonna start making slime again myself. Now, he felt extremely uneasy because, usually in the woods, you start to hear noises. You start to hear maybe frogs. I don't know what people hear in the woods because I don't be in them. But Noah said there wasn't a noise. There wasn't even a cricket. Everything was just scarily quiet. Y'all, look at my cat. Her name is Miko. I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all hear meowing, it's her. She finna go back in her cage and she do not like it. Oh, Noah was like, yeah, y'all not finna get me. So he decided to walk the path that he knew, but he felt like he was only going deeper into the freaking woods. And then he heard it, a whistle. Not just one, but 3 whistles on the left side of his body. And he immediately froze because you wanna know something? Now, something that he was told years ago dawned in his head. If I ever get trapped in the Appalachian Mountains in the middle of the night and I hear a whistle, don't move. So he didn't. He immediately did not move. He stopped. He stopped his tracks. And then guess what? He heard it in the front of him. He heard it in the back of him. He heard it on the side of him, y'all. Now, when he heard the first whistle, he initially thought that it was somebody calling for their dog. And then it dawned on him what, his grandma told him. Now, he had been standing there for at least 10 to 15 minutes before he was like, okay, it's gone. Maybe I should try to move now. Just as he was about to move, y'all, he feels something like maybe like 5 feet away from him, behind him, whistle right in his ear. No. He made the right decision by not looking back. So he just decided to slowly walk down the path that he came from. Y'all, when he go home, he immediately runs to his grandma. Now, keep in mind, he's sweating, he's pale. He looks like he just seen a ghost because technically God knows what he's seen. His grandma like, what's wrong with you? And then she literally looks at his face and she could tell She go, mm-hmm. And he tells the grandma everything that happened. And then she goes, quote unquote, it tried to see if you were new. It loves to test the new ones, but you passed the test. Grandma, what do you know that I don't, Grandma? What is it? Noah, he stopped going outside, y'all. After 3:30, yeah, he's inside of the house. That traumatized him. And y'all, honestly, what do y'all think about this slime? I think that this actually the best store-bought slime that I've had. It wasn't overactivated, you know. It's perfectly stretchy and it's cute and it smells like really freaking good. So I am going to try to do a poop. How do y'all like this slime? Scary story time while I fix store-bought slime sent in by my supporters. Disclaimer, y'all, this is not my story. It was sent in by a supporter, and this slime is called Rainbow Sherbet, and it's from the Dollar Tree. Jumping into it, you got this girl named Savannah. Now, oh, it smells good. Now, yeah, for this summer, Savannah decided she was going to go on a camping trip with her brother and some of his friends. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, anyway, now for some reason they decided that they wanted to go camping in the middle of freaking nowhere. Why? I don't know. They're gonna be camping on a mountain, so they had to take so they had to take this trail to get to the camping area, y'all. But for some reason the trail that they were trying to go on was completely blocked, so they had to kind of go around the trail. Never do that, y'all. If the trail is blocked, go home. Now, Savannah's brother was like, we should go home. Like, we should go home. And Savannah and his friends was like, nah, like, we not gonna go home. Like, stop being boring. Like, we already made it all the way out here. Like, no, we camping here. Now, me personally, I'm with the brother. I'm going home. I'll pick y'all up tomorrow. Now, after like an hour or two of walking, they could not find the camping area. So one of the brother's friends suggested them to just camp right there and then head back in the morning. Now, Savannah's brother, he still ain't having it. He like, y'all, I got a bad feeling. Like, I think we should go. Like, I don't like this. And, you know, they calling him a wuss. They still calling him a wuss, whatever. So they all decide to set up camp. They setting up camp at this point. You know, they getting comfortable. They eating hot dogs, telling stories, whatever. Now, they end up, like, going to sleep. Savannah and her brother share a tent. And at around, like, 2:45 in the morning, Savannah hears her brother outside of the tent calling, like, saying, come here, Savannah. Like, come here. Like, I need your help. And at first, I just got goosebumps. But at first, she's like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you calling me? Like, what? So she gets up and she opens the tent, half awake. She opens the tent and she's like, bro, where are you? Like, what are you doing? And she hears her brother say it again, like, come here. Like, I need you. I'm by the tree. I need your help. So she opens her eyes and that's when she sees her brother facing, like, his back is facing her. So she can't even see her brother's face. She just sees his back. I have freaking goosebumps. Can y'all see that? I hate that feeling. She just sees like his back facing her. So she's like, what are you doing? Like, you know, because she's still thinking this is her brother. And then like maybe like 2 minutes of having conversation with whatever that was, her brother is still in the tent with her. And he goes, what are you doing? And she's like, like she literally freezes. And he's like, bro, like, are you good? And she's like, so she looks back at her brother and then turns around to look at like him outside. He's not there anymore, y'all. And from there, problems just started to arise. Everybody is up at this point and you just hear like everyone's just like confused, asking what is going on. And so Savannah goes like, if you hear me call you, I'm in my tent, do not answer. That is not me. Like, that's not me. So, like 30 minutes later, Savannah's brother's friend, he's having a full-fledged conversation with whoever he's talking to. Because at this point, whatever it is like shape-shifting into them. But it never shows its face. It's always like turned the other side, the other way. Savannah in the tent is just trying to convince everybody to stay in their tent. Just like lock up the tent, just stay awake until morning and they're out of there. At this point, day is breaking. It's like 6 in the morning and they finally leave the tent and they see one of their friends just shaking like backwards and forth. Obviously, like not all the way there. They literally had to force him to get up to make it back to the car. And you would think, okay, that's it. They had a crazy night. They were lost in the woods because they didn't stay on the trail. I think that this is the best this slime is going to get. I mean, it's a little more stretchy and I mean, it's definitely not pokey. So they're literally lost and they don't make it to the car. They don't make it to their car until about like 9:30. Remember, they woke up and started moving around like 6:30. And they didn't make it into their car until like 9:30. They were all freaked out, disoriented. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Anyways, they were all freaked out. That's all we gotta say. And yeah, they never went on a trip to the mountains again. And then when they made it back into the car to look where they were at, they couldn't find it on the map. They couldn't find it on the satellite, the map, Google Maps. They couldn't find it nowhere. So God knows where they was at. Like, only God knows. Safe to say, this is why I don't go camping. And if I ever was to go camping, it would be in my backyard. What y'all think about this slime? Y'all think I fixed it? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely more stretchy, but it just doesn't poke. And it still smells really good. Like, story time about how my family was so broke, me and my siblings had to dig in the trash can for wristbands to go to the swimming pool. While I fixed store-bought slime part 2 because y'all said to add lotion and I will fix this mess. I don't want to say broke, more like cheapskates. It stretches more, but it's just like, it don't poke. Ugh. So I'm adding lotion because that's what y'all said to do. But getting into the story, me and my family, we would go fishing a lot, like a lot. Get your money's worth and what? Let it try. Especially in the summertime. That was just our time to go fishing, the summertime. And the lake, we went to different lakes, but the lake that we went to the most was Lake Yucaipa in California. And they had like this swimming pool area, right? Now, the first couple times we went to Yucaipa, we didn't know because there's like different lakes to fish at, if that makes sense, or if my memory is correct. So I remember one day, my mom, my grandfather, my dad, they was all fishing, right? And me and my sisters, we wanted to go walk across. I'm adding shaving cream because I love shaving cream. But we had walked to like this park area, right? And as we was walking over, we had seen something we didn't notice before. And it was like this pool area. Kids was coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And we wanted to go. Why? Because in my middle school head, it was 130 degrees outside. Like, it was hot, y'all. Y'all, I'm telling you, my insides were sweating. That's how hot it was. So we see this and we go back to our parents. We was like, hey, can y'all get this first? Like, we want to go to the pool. My mom looks straight at us and goes, no. No. We begging her. She like, no. They saying no. They don't want to pay for us to go to the pool. Oh my gosh. So this is where now the next day go by, we end up going back to Yucaipa again, and this time we was gonna find a way to get in that pool. We had to think, we had to use our brain. And then it dawned on us, y'all. It dawned on us. People who were leaving the pool were throwing their wristbands away in the trash can. I don't know what was wrong with us. But we had to get in the pool. It was too hot. So what we started to do, we started digging in the trash can, right? We were finding bits and pieces, ones that was broken up, but then we started to find ones that was whole. And at this time, I think it still won't poke, but I think we found like 2 that were whole, and then maybe it was like 1. I don't remember, but we found like 1 or 2. And then we were digging in the trash can so much to where it was just like super embarrassing. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna ask people who are leaving the park if we can have their wristbands. Now I had to build up the courage to ask this one family for their wristbands because they looked like we was leaving. I walked up to this one family. I'm pretty sure they racist because they looked disgusted by me. I walked up to this one family and I was like, hey, can we have your wristbands? Are you leaving the park for good? And I tell you, the dad did. No. No, go. So now it was one of my sister's turns to go to go and do it, right? We asking little kids, babies, bigger kids, like, y'all. It gets to the point to where we decide to walk back to like where my parents and stuff was at. And my mom was like, what y'all doing? We were like, we told her to plan, like, you know. And for some reason, she didn't stop us. She low-key wanted to get in the water too. So y'all, at the end of the day, guess what we did? We gathered like 4 wristbands. And then what we did was wristbands from the second day, the day that we first went, we had them on our wrists because the wrist, like the color changed every day. So people couldn't come back to the park, you know, and do that. But they wasn't really checking for real. So we didn't get to go in the pool the last time, but now we did, y'all. So it was me and my mom, my little sister, all of us was in the pool and we had like the best time ever, bro. I'm gonna call my sisters and remind them of that. Honestly, y'all, I feel like this slime is just never gonna poke, but I did make it stretchier and it does make like some type of sounds now, but I'd rather this than like ripping apart immediately. And for the people who are saying you shouldn't add shaving cream, you shouldn't add shaving cream, I'm gonna add shaving cream. Like, I'm telling y'all, we literally like snuck into it because we had wristbands from a different day that we found. And then, yeah. It's crazy. Like, because they wasn't checking for real. So, that's smart. But yeah, bye. Story time on how my 10th grade girl best friend saved me from a literal bully. While I make slime, oh my gosh, my phone, and this is heavy. It's been so long since I made slime, but you already know what time it is. Get your money's worth. And what? Let it drain. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's a little too much. It's falling. Oh my gosh, it's falling. Jumping right into it, I was like a sophomore. At this point in time, I was like 15 years old. I had relocated to a new area. So at this point, I was living in Vegas, and I went to Las Vegas High School. For about like a week or two, I literally had no friends. Like, I was just wandering around the halls. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so scared. Now, I got to choose one of my electives, and I did not want to do gym, so I did dance. And with that being said, it was time for me to walk into dance class. I immediately scanned the room for girls who looked like me, you know? And I had 2 poof balls at this point in time, and there was a girl who was black, and she had 2 poof balls too. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, me and her are about to be besties. Like, this is so tea, like, whatever, okay, cool. Now, keep in mind, y'all, she was facing me. We were on, like, the ballerina bar, and she was facing me, and I was looking at her. And the teacher was basically telling me how things were going to go in the class, and then immediately we got to, like, dancing, you know, doing, like, our ballet stretches and everything. Now, during this point in time, you know how you try to make small talk in a class? I'm just like, hi, and she looks at me like this and rolls her eyes and then proceeds to raise her hand asking the teacher if she could switch to the other ballet bar. She needed that real bad, but I was too scared to give it to her. Okay, I didn't know how to fight. Like I said, I literally had no friends for about like a week or two, and I was just wandering. I had no friends, and when I did try to make a friend, she literally would just like side-eye me. I don't really know when my 10th grade girl best friend came into like I was about to say the villa came into the school or my class, but she came into my class and she went to give my teacher something, and it turns out she was transferring to my class. Now, almost immediately, like that, me and this girl became like best friends. Like, she was like, you know what, I like you, you're my best friend now. And I was so happy because at this point in time, y'all, I didn't have no friends. So keep in mind, this girl with the 2, we call her pom-poms. Me and my best friend had called her pom-poms. This girl with the pom-poms, she literally would like make fun of me. She would talk about me. She would like give me side eyes across the school. And when my 10th grade best friend, when she peeped that, she was like, we not doing this. Now, quickly, pom-pom did not like my best friend because my best friend stood up and she was just like, no girl, like you're weird for this. But she would try to act like fake in front of my best friend. There was this one time we had like fitness or whatever, and my cat is trying to fight me. Miko. Now, we were each broken up in groups, and obviously me and my best friend were gonna like go into a group together because obviously go Miko. Oh my god. And I remember it was our turn to go get to the next like set of equipment, and Pom Pom quite literally seen me going towards the equipment. She runs in front of the equipment, she snatches it from me, she literally does like this, like bobbles her head, and then calls me the B word underneath her breath, and then like walks away. So I look back at my best friend looking at me, she was like, did she? And I was like, yes, she just did. So literally, I need y'all to understand, this was a lot for me. I was already going through a lot 10th grade year. My best friend didn't even know what I was going through. But like, her doing this and being rude to me for literally no reason at all made no sense to me. So whatever, okay, cool. She says that, she walks off. My best friend's like, did she just do that? And so Miko, oh my gosh. So she's like, like give us back that, like my best friend's like, like give us back that, like that set of equipment. And the pom-pom girl goes like, what the F are you talking about? And she goes, bro, like, you know what you just did, you just snatched it from us. So the teacher's like, bro, what's going on over there? And you know, my best friend not snitches, but she goes, yeah, she just snatched that from us for no reason. And so you want to know what pom-pom does? Pom-pom picks up the equipment and chugs it at me. Like, if I did not move, that would have slapped me right in my noggin. But my best friend, when she gets mad, she don't care, she get loud. So she was just like, yeah, you're a B word for that to the girl. And the girl just rolling her eyes, okay, cool. And this is where like the drama really starts to happen. Now, after this situation, why does the pom-pom girl go around school telling everybody she needs that from me and my best friend? But whenever me and my best friend walk past her, it's nothing's being said, nothing's being done. They even tried to like jump my best friend at a red light, and when my best friend got out to fight her, I think she did beat her up too. Literally, when I tell y'all, it was literally quiet, no back talk. Like, she would literally just be saying stuff. And yeah, that's how my best friend saved me from a bully. And period. The slime, y'all might be wondering why I'm yelling at Miko, but like, I have glue on my hands and I don't want to pick her up with glue on my freaking hands. Be so for real. Anyways, yeah, bye y'all. Taylor, count your freaking days. Make time with me while I talk about Love Island because, ooh, I don't care, y'all. I'm still Nicolandria for day one. Like, I don't care. Like, Nicolandria is still gonna happen. I don't care. Call me delusional. Maybe it's the TikTok delusion rubbing off of me, but I don't care. Ain't nobody mad at Taylor because he freaking chose Clark. Who cares about Clark? I'm mad at Taylor because he wasn't honest to Alondria from the start. Like, he could have told her, hey, girl, like, low-key, I tried to find the spark there. I tried to, but, there's nothing there. But no, he didn't do that. I don't care, bro. Call me delusional, but this is the classic case of the misunderstanding. Nick still likes Alondria. He's just falling back because he knows that she likes Taylor right now. She's hung up on Taylor. Like, Taylor, what the crap do you mean you're not attracted to Alondria? Now, I can understand if you said, oh, like, I can't find a spark between us, but you said I'm not physically attracted. Do you need that? Do you need that? Listen. Bro, Nick and Alondria fans, we gotta rise up. Why are we folding? Why are we losing hope, bro? This is a classic case of the slow burn misunderstanding, like I said before, bro. Like, we cannot fold and shake when the foundation itself is already freaking shaky, bro. Half of us who are into freaking Nick and Alondria are book girlies. We just have to understand this is for the plot. Like, this is for the plot. We just gotta wait, y'all. And right now, if we think about it, it's not really the best time for them to get together because Alondria is still hung up on Taylor. And Taylor trying to get her vote. Like, first of all, you don't choose her. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. You don't choose her. And then you try to vote her off. You try to vote her. Man, count your days, Taylor. As soon as I'm downloading the app specifically just for you, as soon as it's time to vote for my least favorite Islander, you're getting the vote. That slime overactivated, so we gotta make a new one. But y'all, like, it's just making me mad, like, bro. And then on top of that, y'all voted for him as y'all favorite man. Y'all voted for him as y'all favorite boy in the villa. This is y'all doing. Taylor is just extremely male-centered. Like, it's like he just needs his friends to like he just needs male validation. If he don't got male validation, it's just over for him. Like, he needs that male validation. Y'all, what's wrong with my activator? Like, why he keep activating? I had to delete it low-key because it was just like too strong. This is y'all fault for not putting him in final 3. Y'all should have put him at bottom 3, bro. But no, y'all voted for him as y'all favorite man. Why? Why? And Alondria, if you're not over that man in the span of 2 hours, you're going to be at the airport right along with him. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I guess I'm happy that Shelly and Ace end up together, but at the same time, it's just like, hey, like, y'all might just get my vote at this point because everybody else is getting on my nerves. And I feel bad for Sierra, I do, but look, you know, fate is fate. And sometimes stuff like this needs to happen. Y'all, I didn't even finish watching the episode. I made it 16 minutes in, and as soon as I heard him say, I think we're better off as friends, I was ready to jump. Like most of us, I was sliding down the wall. I was crying. I was throwing a tantrum. I couldn't even sleep last night. But anyways, yeah, this slime, I added it to the one that was overactivated, and it's still overactivated. What do I do? Scary story time while I make slime. Cult edition. Yeah. Get your money's worth and let it drain. You already know. By the way, this is unactivated slime. What? This is unactivated slime that I'm reactivating. Yeah. This story time was sent in by a man named Paul, and it's about his friend Jenna who accidentally encountered a cult. Okay. Now, Jenna, she loved photography, and she also loved exploring abandoned places and the supernatural because she was obsessed with it. Now, one weekend, Jenna and her friends decided to check out this old abandoned mansion that had been abandoned since the 70s. And you know, that's right up her alley. She loves stuff like that. Now, the mansion that they were going to see had a lot of urban legends surrounding it, such as cults, sacrifice, rituals. And, you know, they still decided to go, and they arrived at sunset. I don't know why they wouldn't go explore it in the daytime, but no, they said sunset. Yeah. The place was huge. It was everything that you would expect out of an abandoned house. Broken walls, broken windows, graffiti everywhere. But the weird part about this place was there was little to no sound, y'all. There was no sound, no wind, no animals, nothing. They've been exploring for about an hour at this point when one of Jenny's friends notices this spiral staircase that leads down into the basement. Now, when Jenna sees the staircase, she's like, yeah, y'all, I'm not going down there. Like, y'all can go do that. And her friends are like, stop being scary. Like, come on. Like, you really believe in all that. She ends up getting peer pressured and goes down the stairs. What did we expect? Now, in the basement, it's pitch black, so they turn on their flashlights, and that's when they see it. They see symbols everywhere. Weird stick figures just look real creepy. And then they come across this stone that kind of looks like an altar with candles just like kind of burned out, wax everywhere, just ugh. Now, Jenny and this one other friend we gonna call BB and Jenny is like, y'all, this is giving cult. Like, we gotta get out of here. I don't trust this place. Let's go. And the other friend is like, no, like, we gotta explore more. Like, it's not that serious, y'all. Like, it's nothing creepy. I see me Once I say I'm uncomfortable and you're still, no, let's stay, I'm leaving you. Like, you can stay here by yourself. Now, while they're going tit for tat, they hear this weird humming noise in the back of the basement. Jenna says it wasn't just one voice humming. It sounded like it was a group of people just humming in the back. And that's when she said, yeah, I'm gone. Like, I'm leaving y'all. Y'all either coming with me or getting left behind. See, this is the part that would have had me. Remember the weird symbols that they seen in the beginning when they first went into the basement? As they were exiting the basement, they seen these weird symbols again, but this time they were glowing a faint red color. And at first they thought it was the reflection from their flashlights, and they quickly realized it wasn't that. Now, as they're exiting, Jenna is in the back of the line. Wouldn't have been me. But she turns around one more time and she sees somebody with a candle in a robe at the foot of the basement stairs. She ran. She bolted out of there. They screaming, they running out. And when they exit the mansion, they see more people surrounded in robes, holding hands, singing, swaying backwards and forth. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my God. At this point, they're all the way freaked out. So they ended up ditching their car and running straight to the road. And that's when they see like a truck driver, and the truck driver basically drives them back to the town and all that good stuff. Now, Paul says that Jenna has never been the same since she went to go see that mansion. And it's not just because she's freaked out. It's like her energy is off and she always feels like someone is watching her. Shouldn't have went down there. Jenna ended up moving back home, and you know, they're kind of long distance besties now. Like, story time on how my dad beat me up over a speaker while I make slime. Get your money's worth and let it drain. You already know. I was like 14 years old when this happened, and basically my dad had this speaker that he would let me and my siblings use from time to time. I also found out that my shaving cream activates my slime, but yeah. So I had went into the room to ask him to use the speaker. He lets me use it or whatever, and I had noticed that the charger port was kind of like, you know, slanted. I didn't really think anything of it because I was just playing music on it. So I go outside, I plug the music up, I'm sitting in the chair and I'm out there, and my childhood best friend comes around and he's just singing and dancing with me or whatever. Like, we're literally kids, okay? I'm outside for like 5 or 10 minutes, and my dad, he calls my name, and so I go inside. And he's like, what'd you do to my speaker? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm looking at him confused like he on crack. I'm like, what is you talking about? I didn't break your speaker. And he's like, you did. And I'm like, I didn't. So we're going backwards and forth for a good 30 seconds before he picks up the speaker and throws it at me. When I tell y'all, I was like... To like explain the structure of the speaker, it was like this with a handle, but it was obviously bigger and it was lightweight. So I'm sitting there in shock, and he realizes that I'm not crying. So he gets up, and y'all, it goes left from there. Kind of pushed me into the wall, and I fell down, and my sisters get up because now they can hear the commotion, and they're like, what's going on? My dad just starts like whooping me with the belt, and I'm sitting there still not crying, y'all. Like, I swear I was not crying. I'm gonna be completely transparent. At first, I wasn't crying because I knew he was doing it for a reaction. He wanted a reaction out of me. But then when I see my sisters looking scared, I just started crying because I knew, like, if I don't start crying, he's not gonna stop, and he's probably just gonna do worse. Obviously, I start freaking crying, and he goes into like the living room, and he gets this Puma shoe, and he right, he like slaps me on my head with it, and I had this indent in my head for like 3 days. I had to wear a hoodie. He tells me to pack all my bags and get out, like my mom's gonna come pick me up on the curb and all this other type of bull crap. I started to pack my bags too, y'all. I was ready to, I don't know what it was, like he literally just crashed out, and my sisters were literally about to jump him. My sisters were ready to jump him. They're ready to go to war for me because I'm just that girl, and it's my sister's birthday, so shout out to her, y'all. Before y'all go, this is just me showing you proof that this crap activates my slime uncut. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Make slime with me while I talk about the things that used to scare me as a child. Yes. Starting off crazy, I used to be afraid of angels, like the concept. Well, get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. Okay, I'm not gonna put that much because I always like make it overflow. So let me explain what I mean though. Okay, so explain what I mean by that is I literally used used to be afraid of angels because, like, I remember when I was a little girl, my grandma would be like, oh, like, remember the Bible says fear not, so if you ever see an angel, don't be scared. And the concept of me seeing a freaking angel, it just didn't sit right with me, because I was like, oh no. Like, and then on top of that, when I found out what the biblically accurate angel looked like, y'all, no. Like, in my head as a child, I was looking at it from like a spiritual, like, ghostly thing point of view. Number two, a lot of y'all know this because I made story times about it, but I used to be actively afraid of freaking sewer drains. And, like, truth be told, even now, I still am afraid of sewer drains. But, like, let me explain why I used to be afraid. Y'all know the story. Well, some of y'all do. My mom, when I was a child, she literally decided to make up... Bro, my cat... She decided to make up this whole thing about people living in the drains, y'all, and it stuck with me. Like, my mom, I almost got left on the bus numerous amounts of times because there was a drain. Like, y'all, I don't mess with drains. It was just the fact that in my head, it was like people are living under the drains. They're the ones that cause you to drop things and all that different types of stuff. It just really stuck with me. And even now, I'm scared of drains in the way of, like, what if I just fall through it right now? Like, what if I just drop my keys? And I've explained this before. Like, it's just like, wow. I'm gonna put some more glue because I think I activated it. Okay, I think I'm on number 3, ghost. How ironic it is because, you know, I used to see them a lot, but, like, ghosts used to scare the crap out of me because it was just like, bro, you are not here anymore and I'm seeing you. Why am I seeing you? I'm not supposed to see you. 4 is Michael Jackson, and my friend, my mutual, she made a video like this, so I'm gonna tag her. But yeah, Michael Jackson used to scare the life out of me. Why? Because I was a child, and all them stories that they made up about him, they stuck with me because I thought that he really took a spoon and scraped his skin off. Not to mention the stop it, Miko. Not to mention, like, the scary games that they made about Michael Jackson. Like, they was dead wrong. I used to be actively afraid of eagles because, like, how big they were, and I was like, as a small child, the only thing I'm thinking about is that thing swooping down and picking me up and flying me away to its children. Okay, so, like, I definitely used to be afraid of eagles. And by the way, y'all, I always overactivate this slime, like, every freaking time, so I'm trying here. But yeah, those are some of the things that used to scare me as a child. Let me know if y'all want a part 2, because I'ma always give it to y'all. Okay, y'all, please don't mind my trash can, my trash bag on my door. The reason why it looks like that and the trash is coming out is not because the bag is full, but it's because my cat, she, like, literally, like, scratches at the bag and she jumps inside of the trash can. And I don't have a trash can yet. So